Rolling. Hey, log trucker. I thought I had the Watergate rolling. I reached up and pushed the little button, but it didn't occur to me it stayed blue, which meant I was taking a picture. And now I'm taking a video. Log trucker, Motormouth Mall, right here, right now. I got down. I'm sorry about that. Shoot.
Boy, just give a little Hawaiian style, and I'm cruising along.
Well, I get that clown back up in there, and I'll tell Bullet Bob if I can get to him that you kind of waved that way.
Okay. Oh, damn, fleas and bedbugs, fleas and bedbugs. Hey, what about them uncles? They got uncles.
Hey, Bullet.
They call them uncles.
Breaker.
I appreciate rolling that 5 and keep it all the way alive to Bullet and Homie to Clown, and I heard 5 Double Deuce out there too. So I'll get back on the side, read the mail for a little bit, say 7 threes and good morning and all that, and I'll be reading the mail. Hey, log trucker, take care. 5 Double Deuce, hello to you. Aloha. Motormouth Mall waving and stepping. I got down. Breaker.
Hello, Motormouth Mall. Coily said hello.
Hey, Coily, you're on the big beam?
What a commotion.
Hey, Coily, are you on the big beam there, Break?
Yeah, we're on the beam there, Break.
Yeah, 10-4, you're on the beam. You sound a whole lot stronger today than the last time. Holy cow, that sucker's working for you to Break.
Raji, well, my other radio went to hell on me, so
I can keep a secret about that uncles. I got more on my radio. I'm going to stand by and let him do his thing. I'm cruising. I'll be back.
I think the power supply filters in it or something let go, and it was just crackling and sounding terrible, so we had to change over to the Galaxy station there, but I think this one sounds okay too there, Break.
Oh, yeah, it sounds really good. I got 5 Double Deuce up in there too, but he's taking a quick standby, and here's a playback of that Galaxy radio.
I'll be back.
I think the power supply filters in it or something let go, and it was just crackling and sounding terrible, so we had to change over to the Galaxy station there, but I think this one sounds okay too there, Break.
There you go. I think it sounds pretty good. Hello to you, Mr. Coily Radio Station, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast under modulated beast right here, right now.
Raji, man. Well, it's good hearing you in there. I've been talking to all kinds of people. Send a friendly 5 at you there, and Allah was out there, and I talked to oh God, who else? I can't even list them all, man. It's crazy, but 305, he was out there a little while, and of course you were talking to somebody there and had a big hammer down, so I couldn't hear anybody else, but I did.
Good morning,
Anyways, yeah, we're just heading back into the house right now, and we got to put a big shelf together for the wife, so I came out here to get my drill, and boom, DX was rolling, so I figured I better get out here and go ahead and key down and wave a hand at everybody out there. Working this big long 6 elements. Man, this thing was a monster to get up there too. I could imagine the thing you got going on there for size and weight ratios and rotary, just the mechanicals of it all. I'm glad I didn't go to a 7 element, because that would have been, 45 feet or something, 42 feet I think I had figured out, and that would have really been a monster. So I think a 6 is just about the right size there, Break.
Yeah, 10-4, that's that point of diminishing returns. Hey, Coily, that's the point of diminishing returns. I'm playing games with the EQ here just for fun. And I don't know what that does to the audio, but I'm just messing around here trying to see what I can do, what I like, what I don't like, and all that good stuff. Anyway, hey, the new antenna is going to be ridiculous. And, I thought I was going to go to 110 feet long. I thought that would be a good stopping point. And then in fiddling around with the software, I stumbled across by accident an interesting combination. And suddenly my back door that was kind of had fingers sticking out everywhere and all that, it tightened up into a nice little non-existent back door, and I lost about a couple tenths of a dB gain again, but the pattern is incredible, and the bandwidth is from 26.7 to 20, channel 28, 27.285, and then it starts getting, that's at 1.3 to 1, and then it goes up to 1.5 to 1 at about channel 32 or 33, and I don't ever talk up there anyway, so it doesn't make any difference. and it's 1.3 to 1 at 26.7. And it's got real flat response on the impedance, not the impedance, but the reactance. So anyway, I got to make it 14 elements at 123 feet. Yeah, you heard that right. So anyway, this morning I cranked the tower down to 54 feet. I can get it all the way down to working height when I need to now. Got those frozen nuts all unstuck, and yeah, I spent the last, 2 or 3 weeks blasting with PD blast and penetrating oil and transmission fluid and acetone, and I bought some white lithium grease. BBI said to use some white lithium grease and MAP gas. So I bought some MAP gas and some white lithium grease, and I was going to get out there and work on it, and next thing I know, it was all loose. So I was like, okay, I didn't even have to break out the torch, and got lucky. But yeah, the new one's going to be 123 feet and 14 elements. I must be sick in the head. Hello to you, Mr. Coily, Motor Mouth Mall, right there, right now.
Yeah, you're probably a little sick in the head there. That's kind of funny because I sent you that. I was just playing around on the computer the other day, and I sent you that. I think it was 16 dBi gain. I think it was 150-foot one that I figured out on the computer there the other night, and I was just messing around with that one. But that one had a bunch of spikes in the back door, like you were talking about. And this one I'm on now is right at 12 dBi. I actually detuned it a little bit, and I'm gonna probably take it back down and readjust a little bit for a little more bandwidth because it's pretty tight right now, which I'm not really liking. But it just gets out there, so that's fine with me. But as time goes by, I'm going to take it down and readjust the element lengths there, and that'll give me a little more bandwidth. But it seems to be smoking right now, so I'm good to go.
Oh yeah, it's bodacious. It's working beautifully now for you. And by the way, the one that I like that one. That was 158 feet that you sent. 158 feet long. That'd be the monster of all monsters right there. Even I wouldn't build that big one. I think I would build 223 footers before I went to 158 foot long. But anyway, this one, the one that I just designed, I thought, well, okay, now how critical are the measurements, And so I went in and I remeasured, I changed all the measurements by a little bit to see if there was any fudge factor. And my God, it didn't change much. I was like, well, that's a good thing. And then I rounded them all to the nearest inch. So all the elements are down to no more fractions. Of course, there's going to be fractions once I split the elements in half and find the middle of the element. But the element lengths are all down to nice even numbers, and the spacing is all down to even numbers, down to fractions of a foot, like 3s, 4s, 5s, 6 inches, whatever, instead of 7/16 and 0.3888 or 125 or whatever. I've just rounded it to make it simpler for the construction purposes. And yeah, really pleased with it so far on the computer. And yeah, I'm glad I waited and redid all that. I'm not glad that it's going to be longer. I got to buy more boom. I got to buy some more 3-inch, 1/8 inch wall thickness, 3-inch 6061 boom, and then make another sleeve and all that. But it'll be worth it in the long run. I think it'll be cool. If anything, from a aesthetic point of view, it'll just be bigger and more ugly. That's cool. That's a good thing with antennas. Anyway, hey, Coily, sounding real good out here, man. Keep keeping on. Motor Mouth Mall, working this great big thing right here, right now. I got down.
Raji, man. Yeah, it's funny you said that because I did the same exact thing when I started designing mine. So I have 3 different modelings I use, so I use them all and check each other and make me double triple check myself. But I did the same thing on my spacing. I went to all even numbers because I don't like that whole decimals and fractions and trying to figure it and busting it all down to whatever 7/32. You know how it works out. You're like, God dang. But so I made all my spacings the same. Then I optimized the lengths of the elements to get to where I'm at on mine. But and I also made this 6 is designed so that you can upgrade a 5 that I make. Wash your car. which gives you another 1.5 dBi of gain. So the way I've got these designed is that if you have a 5, I can set you up with a 6 just by giving you a boom extension with a sleeve that slides in and 2 bolts, and boom, you got another section. But you do have to readjust your element lengths, and they're critical. Yeah, they're fairly critical to a point, but as long as you get them pretty close, it works out.
Yep, yeah, that's very cool. Yeah, I've had some designs where they were very critical. Backdoor would change radically, gain would change radically, bandwidth would change radically, but coming up with a design that gives you a little bit of fudge factor is kind of cool. So, yeah, and I like what you did there. I like being able to have a platform that is modifiable from a 5 to a 6 with some modifications to the existing parts and just an element and a boom. And I think that's a cool feature. A lot of people would like that, and that upgrade is, it's a great idea. So I'm glad you did that. I don't think anybody out there is really thinking or building along those lines, Sabri.
No, that's why I did it. I'm like, why not? Like trying to do like every other beam does, they're all the same basically, and they all have to be exactly like this or exactly like this. Why can't I just keep all my spacings? Basically what I did is reverse engineered it from like a 7 or an 8. I can just keep my spacings the same and then just chop sections off, and then of course you got to readjust. But as long as you keep the spacings the same per beam, all you got to do is, redo it to your lengths and shit. So, yeah, I got to roll, get out of here, and get some work done. So we'll catch you later there, Motormouth. Coily, got to let the channel get out of here.
All right, sounds good there, Coily. Take care. Have a great day out there. Don't work too hard. And good to hear you out here, man. Definitely a pleasure with the double measure. Coily, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast under Modulated Beast. And we're working this thing in mud duck mode, loafing it along, not pushing it too doggone hard. And hopefully we can stick with some of this Mother Nature for a little while and see what she does out here in the world of sound. Mr. Coily, radio station, Motormouth Mall, your West Coast under Modulated Beast, right here, right now. I got down. Breaker, I'm out.
Motormouth Mall, and he goes on and on some more. DJ.
Somebody out there saying Motormouth Mall goes on and on some more. Well, so do the people I talk to, and if you can't, that's a problem you've got to rectify on your end, I guess. If you got a radio that can't do it and you want to do it, instead of bashing somebody who can, maybe you ought to spend some time and effort and money and energy and do something for your own station. I'm sure you'll have fun if you did that. But it's all good. Whatever works for you is what works. Anyway, and the other station out there, hello to you. Motormouth Mall waving and stepping right there right now.
Yeah, Motormouth Mall.
DJ. Salem, Oregon. I hear you up in there, DJ. I heard you up in there, too. Heard the other guy out there is having a problem with the conversation. Oh, man. I guess, he'll have to figure out what to do with this radio. If he can't talk on it, he can complain about somebody who does. And, Hey, Unit 1, what's going on? Hello to you. And DJ, hello to you as well.
Day?
Oh, no, I'm having a good day, actually. Just got out here and the skipper's rolling, man.
Quit complaining about me. I'm the station there. I don't want to hear you babble about it. And if you go on and on and on, then don't make no fuss about me going on and babbling. And, my goodness. Skip conditions, it's all about Mother Nature.
Yeah, it's all about not being a mud duck. And, you might have a radio, and it might be about Mother Nature to some degree, but I was having an actual discussion with somebody about antennas and something that was pertinent to the hobby, and you're out there sounding like this. Actually, you just got out here. Yeah, see here. Where are you, man? You're a mud duck out here.
Quit complaining about me. I'm station marathon. You know, I don't want to hear you babble about it. And if you go on and on and on, then don't make no fuss about me going on and babbling. And you know, my goodness, skip conditions. It's all about Mother Nature.
Sounds kind of like a retard. I'm not sure who that is. I don't really care, but they weren't making a good trip up here. They were distorted as all get out, and they're complaining and whining and crying. Well, I tell you what, if that's what you got to do with your radio, be my guest. Do what you got to do. But somebody got to come in here and clean things up, and I won't have to hear you much anymore. But that's what you sound like out there. You sound like a 10-8 informed, intellectually challenged, intellectual person, and you're doing a good job out there. So I'm glad you got your radio. I'm glad you don't like listening to any kind of other conversation out there. I'm glad you like to attack those who might be eating up your radio. If you don't like it, hey, you can go to another channel. There's 39 other ones out there, not to mention all the others. So anyway, hey, I'll just eat up your radio. I'm sure that you're looking for a response because you're probably a little bit, attention challenged. Maybe you don't get enough attention. Maybe you didn't get enough attention when you were a younger kid or something like that. And so maybe this is what works for you. Maybe this is the kind of attention you want. Instead of holding a conversation about something fun and radio related, you got to get out there and complain and whine and cry, and it just doesn't look real good. It doesn't sound real good either, to be honest with you. But you do what you got to do. It's all good. No pain, no strain. This will be another video game entitled Motormouth Mall Talking to His Haters. Or I should just do what everyone else does and ignore the haters. But you're up on the Watergate, so say your piece.
Hey, Motormouth Mall, real quick, if you still copy DJs, that guy out there has got that attention deficit disorder. I heard you up at Mount Rainier National Park about a couple weeks ago.
Roger, on being up there, heard up around Mount Rainier National Park. That's awesome. Hey, DJ, appreciate you letting me know I was making the trip up there. And, yeah, you're making a good trip down here. Got you going real good to break.
Yeah, I had the unit in SSB 980 in the car to get back to you at the Wilson 1000. I just running barefoot, the mobile and Subaru, my girlfriend's Subaru. So, yeah, I just wanted to let you know, boy, I was listening to you and several other guys, boy, and girlfriend got a kick out of it.
Roger, well, that's awesome. You know, I like that unit in SSB 980. I like that radio. I bought one of those, and I put a modulator on it. And that way you can put the radio stock in sideband mode and use it for sideband, and you can modify it, with the flip of a switch for the modulator. And it made really good audio and made 55 or 60 watts PEP power, and it worked really, really good. So I like that radio. Good little radio, simple, inexpensive, good bang for the buck. And you said you had that hooked up to a Wilson 1000, and very cool, man. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I think I paid for mine $129 in this stock, but it's funny you brought that up because I've been trying to find a way to peak it up a little bit, make it a little bit better, but I'm really shocked and really surprised at how it gets out.
Well, out of the box, they're really good. I wouldn't go in there and peak it and tweak it and tune it up, anything like that. I would, I'm not being biased, but I am being biased. I don't know. But don't take this the wrong way, but I would just leave it stock on sideband and then put a modulator on it for wideband AM and do a little bit of PC audio processing. That way you could do it all on the mobile really easy. They even have some apps now for the Android. As a matter of fact, I haven't tried them in a while. I tried one called Audio Evolution a while ago. But last night, ironically, I downloaded a new couple apps. And I didn't try them yet, like I said. But they have, where are they here? they have some audio effect related stuff in there that might be functional in real time. And I'll tell you what they were in just a second here. There's Audio Evolution. There's also Audio's Droid, which is called, it's an Audio's Droid Audio Studio. And there's another one called Audio Elements. And they work, I believe they consist of some simple EQ, compressor, reverb, that kind of thing. And they should be functional for what we're doing. So, interesting. Anyway, I just don't know if that interests you or not, but that way you can use your Android phone for audio processing. And yeah, I know I did this a long time ago with my iPhone, or not an iPhone, I had an iPad, and I believe I used Audio Evolution on the iPad, and then I ran Audio Evolution into the radio, and it worked out really well. But anyway, what I didn't like about it was with the iPad, you could put your finger on an EQ setting, for example, and move it around, but you had to turn the phone around to talk into the mic or something. It was something about it was goofy. I didn't like it. But anyway, food for thought. Hello to you one more time. Have a good day, DJ Motormouth Mall, waving his step when I got down. Yeah, 10-4 and leaving it like it is. That might be the best thing to do. All right, sounds good. Take care. 7-3s. DJ Motormouth Mall, and I don't know if there's any more Skip out there. You might have been the last man standing there, Brig. Yep, that was the end of Mother Nature. Oh, well. That's the way it goes from time to time. Motormouth Mall steppin'. Really? No other big radios out there anywhere? Man.